MotorWeek is made possible by Lucas Oil, Auto Value and Bumper to Bumper, and TireRack.com.
For 34 years, the air-cooled, rear-engined Porsche 911 has stood as the quintessential German sports car. But it's more than just that. It's also been a rolling reminder of the glory days of the sports car breed, a time when only the best and bravest drove the cars of Stuttgart. But times change, and so must the 911. 1998 will see the first truly new 911 since its debut in '63, and the first water-cooled 911 ever. So Porsche is bidding the air-cooled car goodbye with a very special version of the all-conquering 911 Turbo. Talk about going out with a bang. And a big bang it is, a 424 horsepower bang to be precise. That's the output of the last and the most powerful air-cooled Porsche 911 ever sold in North America, the limited edition 911 Turbo S. To make this 911's departure a memorable one, Porsche engineers tweaked the standard 3.6-liter twin-turbo flat-sixes ignition. This stacked an extra 24 horses on the top end to match the already mind-boggling 400 pound-feet of torque, and fed it all through a slick 6-speed manual transmission, which slammed the car to 60 in only 3.9 seconds. The quarter mile was an equally astounding 12.3 seconds at 117 miles per hour, one of the fastest cars that we've ever tested. And the most thrilling, the power comes on like a tsunami, especially between 5,000 and 7,000 RPM, and pins you to the seat. Only the massive grip of the turbo's all-wheel drive system prevents terminal tire-killing wheel spin. A forgiving front-end push is the order of the day, transitioning to strong but not sudden oversteer as you wind on the throttle. And while the all-wheel drive is controlling the power, the front McPherson strut and multi-link rear suspension is handling the bumps. Even those of Pocono International Raceway's challenging North Course, where the combination of high-speed banking and twisty rippled pavement reduces lesser cars to quivering wrecks, especially those not wearing ultra-low profile Pirelli P0 tires on 18-inch alloy wheels, or having massive ABS-equipped disc brakes that yank the S down from 60 in only 103 feet. Those remarkably civilized manners reach out onto the street as well. Unlike almost all other pure supercars, the Turbo S is positively docile in traffic. The ride is quite firm, but without the harshness of earlier incarnations. Once you get used to the on and off feel of the clutch, you can putt peacefully around all day, as long as you keep the revs below 5 grand. And while most folks would be deliriously happy with its speed alone, there's more to the Turbo S than just performance. Thanks to some prominent additions to the standard car styling, the 911 Turbo S is as striking to look at as it is to drive. The front end wears a deeper spoiler with additional air inlets abreast of the signal lamps, while the flanks wear extra air ducts on the rear fenders. And it wouldn't be a turbo without a big rear spoiler, in this case one that would look at home on the grid of an FIA GT race. The inside is also striking, but not as handsome. The Boxster red leather and plastic are definitely an acquired taste, and the colored keyed switches and speaker grills look like they were painted with a spray can. It works better on the leather-clad sport seats. They're firm with good back and thigh support, but oddly don't offer enough side support. Credit to Porsche, however, for avoiding the faux carbon fiber so popular today and using the real stuff, even if it's too much of a good thing. We'll miss these vintage-looking but very usable gauges, and wish that we could miss the electronic immobilizer that must be deactivated every time you start the car. And now that the ventilation controls and those of the CD player with its removable faceplate are finally practical, expect even better next year. These trick digital audio controls are optional for those not content with the stereo sound coming from the rear wheels. But the Porsche 911 Turbo S isn't about mere contentment. It's about pure satisfaction overload and huge ear-to-ear grins. A sensation that only a couple hundred people will get to experience. It's a very limited edition. Of course, how many people can afford a car with a base price of $150,000? With options, our Turbo S test car cost a staggering $154,991. A price that's as memorable as its performance and as lofty. So as air-cooled Porsches disappear into the pages of history, We'll think back on all the fantastic first-generation 911 models that we've driven over the years. And one of our fondest memories will undoubtedly be one of the most recent, of the Porsche 911 Turbo S, a car that didn't just close the door on a performance era, but slammed it with a bang heard around the sports car world.